Good day, YouTube. Saturday, June 11th. Thought I'd ramble some more. Kind of tell you where we're at. Turned my scanners down. I didn't realize that it was picking them up so good because I don't really watch these. And the wall behind me shouldn't be changing colors anymore. I turned the TV off. But crappy day here on the Oregon coast. Nothing but rain. So pretty much the same as last week. Trying to get my stinking COVID test. I just don't understand what the problem is. And so after my appointment on Tuesday, we were guaranteed everything is taken care of, and come on in on Monday, and we'll do your COVID test and your blood test, and treatments on Wednesday this week. And I don't know, I just had this funny feeling. So yesterday, told wife, it's like, why don't you call the lab and see if there's an order, and she's like, oh, they did it, and it's like, no, really. I was like, call the lab, because if there's not an order, that just adds one more trip to the hospital this coming week. Be 3 trips there. And so she calls, no order. So it's bad time for her to call. All she can really do is leave messages. But so she called and left messages. And still waiting to hear from a primary care physician for the COVID test from Monday. And this is Saturday. I don't think they're going to call back on that one. Since they never did. They don't seem to like to call us back. And so she left the messages, and we'll find out. I have to be back on the phone Monday morning. I gotta get these tests done on Monday. So I don't know. It's a pain in the butt, making me wait till the last minute over this COVID test. I just don't get it. And a lot of stuff we're not getting. And not getting, we're not understanding the treatment I'm getting down here. And we're not happy with it at all either. And we talk about it all the time, and some stuff just doesn't seem right. And I'm pretty sure some stuff isn't right. And so we've been pondering, what to do. I got 5 chiefs. It's like everybody's different. And waiting on these PEth tests I have to take every other week. And those have got to be done for 6 months, basically, before they do a whole lot for me. This kind of depends. But I'm close. I think I only got to take 3 more tests. After Monday, I had to take 3 more tests, I believe. But we just haven't been happy, that the care is just, it's crap. And, the more people we talk to, between the doctors and yada yada. So we did make contact with Oregon Health Science University. That's the transplant team. And just made brief contact up there. See about getting in the door. And so got some good information from the intake officer. And so Monday, we're going to go ahead and ask for that referral from my gastrologist and see what she has to say. Not going to wait till the 22nd when I have an appointment with her. But we'll make that phone call on Monday I'm sure she won't get the information. We'll be talking to the MA first over there as per normal. You don't ever really get to talk to doctors. But, the short call that we did have with Oregon Health Science University, with the lady up there, she's not a doctor, she's not a nurse, but she is the intake officer. And we got to touch briefly about my treatment down here. Some of it she was really baffled over and kind of confused, She couldn't say a whole lot. Just kind of got to read between the lines on what she can say and what she can't say. But, one of the things I've been saying for a while and been questioning is my medications I'm on. It's just doesn't seem like it's correct. But especially after, all this time, since December 3rd. It's just, I get my blood test back, every week. I take the blood test every week. And I get to see my labs, and they're all over the place, and they don't do anything about it. So this last one, I was talking to the wife, I was like, have you paid attention to what's really going on with the lab tests? Because we both do look at them. But it's like, have you noticed, like the complete lab test, blood draw, that's my normal one, not a comprehensive. It's just called a complete. And they checked 13 specimen items in my blood. And out of those 13, only 6 of them are in the normal range. And the other 7, they're either red-lined out or they're all the way, they're bottomed out one way or the other. Not even close to being, normal range, but no one ever talks to me about it. They don't change my meds. Don't adjust them. I don't know. So the treatment's just, we're really frustrated with the treatment. When I'm teaching the class in the infusion center, something's wrong. And so I've had to teach class 3 weeks in a row down there. And this would be the 4th week where my COVID test, that no one knows where to get it at. It just makes no sense. So I don't know. That's where we're at. So we'll make the call Monday over to my gastro and wait for a return call from her. If not, we'll work our way down and try to get the referral going through my primary care. We can get that going now. And still got to wait, that 6-month period. But at least we can get stuff, the ball rolling. And that's key. We've known that. I mean, that's where I'm going to end up no matter what. So see what happens there. Other than just utter disgust, really, with my care down here. I don't know what else to say. And, the only people that are actually really helping me, it's not even their department. It's the radiologist department. But, it makes no sense. And so I get more help and more information from them than anybody else. But we'll see what happens. Didn't get the phlebotomy 2 weeks in a row. We'll see where my blood work is. It's the hemochromatosis and my INR is what they look at for that. And if the numbers are too low, they won't pull the blood. But my ferrin numbers are going down still. And yesterday was kind of weird. I got up and did my normal routine and yada yada, and I was chilling. Got up to go to the bathroom and went to the bathroom, and I came back, and I'm like, well, dang, my joints didn't hurt. It's usually painful when I stand up, It's like my muscles hurt, my joints hurt. I'm like, it's not, the pain wasn't there, And so that continued on during the day, and it's like, something must be working there. Getting the ferritin levels down, which they are. They're not in the normal range yet. Whatever they were the last time I told you, I don't remember that number off the top of my head. I didn't look it up. But, so, it's been the same today. It's like, dang, it kind of feels like I went out and walked a mile after not, walking or doing anything for a few years, It's just, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't even take, aspirin or whatever, That's how low the pain is in my legs and joints right now, which is great. And, of course, that doesn't cure me, but takes care of that problem so far, knock on wood. But, that's good. I've read some blogs of people with the hemochromatosis, and they talk about once their numbers were in check, 8 more months of pain, it's just, and so hopefully with my numbers coming down, the pain's going down, however that works, whatever it does to your joints and muscles, it just makes them hurt. And so, hopefully that continues on. And hopefully I can get the phlebotomy this coming week. If not, there's nothing I can do about that. Hematocrit levels are just too low. And gonna go on Wednesday this week, not Tuesday. Try to get back on the Wednesday schedule for the peritonitis, but without this silly COVID test, I can't get anything done. I can't get in the hospital. I can't get in the infusion center, and they got to do something. And they won't even return your phone calls. It's just, it's like, come on, really? No phone call on this, from my primary care. They're the ones supposed to be writing the order for it. And this last time, I looked to see who wrote the order, and it was a radiologist, My RN down there, I already told you about it, she called and was concerned because it wasn't in my paperwork. And within an hour's time, I got the alert on my phone. I was negative for the Ronas, and so she pushed it through, but it was the radiologist that signed it. And that's not his job either, Should be coming from my primary care. I don't know. That's where we're at. We're disgusted. We're going to start fighting to head north and get out of this area here for my health care. Obviously, I'm not getting what I need here. And like I said, some of the stuff we told them was kind of shocking to them, They're just like, really? And peritonitis, I've had 19 of them now, and they should have done something. So the next step is to put the stent in, which my understanding is from talking to a few down at the hospital, that it should already be in place. And that just bypasses your liver, and it bypasses the portal pressure, and it keeps the fluid in your bloodstream instead of pushing it out into your peritoneal cavity. And I should be off of it, I shouldn't need that anymore. especially 19, So, why haven't they, they haven't even discussed that with me. My GI, my gastrologist, I'm all down for that, put the stent in and let's see what happens, They say it takes about a month for the stent to really start working good, and then you pretty much, you just dry up and the ascites stays where stays where it's supposed to stay within your blood system, and bypasses the liver, and which can alleviate other issues as well when you get the high portal pressure. But pretty much that's where we're at. Wife's gone for the weekend. She had to go back down to Reading. Had a funeral to go to today. Family member. But she'll be back tomorrow night. And I don't know, maybe I just need to go down and just camp out in the waiting room at my primary care until they give me a hard copy or prove to me that they put the order in for my silly little COVID test. They used to hand them out with a pitchfork. Now you can't beg for one. I just don't get it. It's like, what's everybody else doing, Or is it just my primary care that's a piece of crap, Other than that, trying not to stress too much on it, but it's stressful, it's aggravating. Like I said, too many chiefs. I've been saying that for months. It's like, I have too many doctors and none of them agree upon the same thing. And if I went by each other's diet that they recommend, I'd just be down to a glass of filtered water a day. I mean, basically, it's no joke, Eat this, don't eat that, and they all have something different, And some of them, they don't even know. Like, once they knew I had this iron explosion, my primary just said quit eating green leafy stuff and spinach and kale, but that's not the cure, it's not how it works. I don't have to cut down on anything. He put me on no diet, and he flat told me none of my patients are on a diet. I think I've babbled about this before, but that was her answer, She just had no clue, and that's the information she's given out. And the last 3 weeks, with me having to train these nurses in the infusion unit, it's like, how come we know more than you all know, Why do I know how to do this and you don't? I'm the patient, for Christ's sakes. You're supposed to be helping me, and I'm teaching you. I don't know, maybe I should send them a bill. See how they like that. Send them a bill like they send me every week. $7,000-8,000 every week down there at the infusion center. But I guess that covers the peritonitis too. But I'll send them a bill a couple of grand every week. That'd be nice. And I don't know. It'll probably take a couple months, once I can get a referral going and talking and back and forth, and that's to be expected. But that's the reason to start now. My tests have been good this entire time, my PET test, and there's not a problem with them. They read zero, zero drugs in me. And same with my toxicology reports, there's nothing in me except for what you give me, and get the ball rolling. I think I'm a month and a half out was where I'll be, which is three more tests after Monday, and I'll have that 6 months in, but we'll see what happens. See if my GI gets pissy with me or what happens. When we call, they await a referral up north. They're waiting for it, and I don't know how complicated it is for them to start a referral down here with my doctor, but I wouldn't imagine it's not that hard because anybody that sees her ends up there anyways, That's pretty much the way that works. All of her patients end up in Portland sooner or later. They all do, every single one, or they die waiting to get there. That's about the only two things that can happen, so we're just going to be pushy some more, demanding, and just have to go from there. That's our plan for now. The gal we talked to, she was wonderful up there. Like I said, though, she's not a doctor and whatnot, but very helpful, and was very confused about a few things we told her, especially my medications, and she was quite shocked about the number of peritonesis that I've had done without the mention of a stent being put in, and that's kind of weird. That's one of the things my gastrologist is worried about, is how many of these peritonesis I get, because she's worried I'll get an infection in the peritoneum wall. And she's like, hold off on these as long as you can. Well, I do. It's 7 days, That's as long as I can hold out. I'm doing 8 days this time. See how it goes. So if this is too often for you, let's explore my other options. And, let's go with the stent. And let's bypass the liver and keep the stuff in my blood system and to get filtered around and excreted out. I guess, you just normal pee and poop. But do you think that would have been her next move by now? And I've had a couple of them, tell me that. The RN down there, the sonogram technician, she's the one that teaches the doctors, and she's kind of confused about it. And she did talk to me about it last week as well. Have they talked to you about a stent? Our patients don't usually just come in every single week like this, Something gets done before then, 19 of them. It's like, and I gotta have them. But, on the positive note, this joint pain and muscle pain really subsided. And so that's been great, Lifted my spirits some, And so far today, so good. And no pain medication needed. Good thing, I don't even like that crap to begin with, but that's a whole different story. So it is nice, Like I said, it was hard, to get up just to walk to the bathroom, It took a little bit to get moving and to stand up. It hurt so bad. And, none of that today, none yesterday. And I said something to my wife before she took off. I'm like, it's kind of weird, It's like the joint pain and stuff's subsided. She's like, huh? I'm like, yeah, it feels good. It was getting bad, it was getting really bad. A lot of spasms in my legs, those went away, or pretty much to zero. So that's the only positive that's came out of the week. Don't really have anything else to talk about until after the phone call on Monday, but we'll just be talking to the MA over there on Monday, and nothing's gonna happen on Monday. And have to try to get my COVID test done. That's for dang sure. And I have to get started on that at 9 a.m. and doctor's open, and I don't know. It's a COVID test. I mean, you guys really think about it. That's all I want is a COVID test. And they let my wife walk in there with the home test. That's good. You're good for 72 hours. Come on in. And I think I said something, she only sits like 10 feet away from me. The door's open, yada, yada. I know I already talked about that. But that was all right for her, but it's not all right for me. And makes no sense. And why a doctor won't just sign it. I mean, a nurse can sign the order. They sign almost all of them anyways. Doctors don't do crap. Really, they don't. They don't do anything. You don't see them. You just deal with PAs and MAs. And that's getting frustrating, I think the meds need to get straightened out. That's for sure. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist, to look at my blood charts. They make it so easy to look at through the patient portal. You can just pull each test up in like an Excel spreadsheet for potassium. You can see for the last 6 months where you're at, your fluctuation. And you can see it. I mean, it's really easy to look at. Even a buffoon like me can figure it out. And it's just like the albumin. You look at that, and I think I've been on there going on 4 months, I believe. And there's been no real change, in the peritonitis withdrawal, and so the albumin is not keeping it in like it's designed to do. So I don't know if they're still not giving me enough or not. Maybe I still need a bigger dose. Been studying a lot about that. I'm not sure. Not a lot of information out there about it, but let's put that stent in there. I'm willing to try. It's no big deal. They just give you some goofy drug, and it ain't no different than getting like an upper GI, They just give you that goofy drug, and it just makes you fall asleep. You don't go under, and they just run it down your jugular vein and take it on down there to whatever vein they're going to use. There's 3 different types. There's a stent, a shunt, and a tips. And basically it's just the positioning of the stent once they get down there and they peek around to find out how they want to bypass. But it's simple. It doesn't take very long. Once they take you off the drip for the happy juice, you just get up and go. Just within 4 or 5 minutes, you're ready to leave the hospital when they're, so it's no biggie. It can't be any more worrisome than an infection than doing, the catheter in me, every single week. If this is their main concern, which it seems like it is the infection, well, why are we doing it this way when there's another option? I don't know. That's about it. I will cut this short. Well, I'm already at half an hour, so I guess I won't cut it short. Nasty weather and rain all day, and wife will be home tomorrow night. She got down to Reading at 11 o'clock last night after work. I don't know how she did it, but she did. And start again on Monday. And I don't know when my next video will be. Like I said, I don't really expect much to happen on Monday with the GI other than telling them what we want them to do, which is exactly what we're going to do, and to spend the rest of the day making sure, I got an order in so I can, get my stinking COVID test. But hopefully you guys are having a good weekend, better than mine. I do have some positives in there, so, and that's a good thing. Like I said, it's been pretty nice the last day and a half now, with the joint and muscle pain, way down there. I wouldn't even take an aspirin for it, to tell you the truth. And so, that's good. And helps me not be so damn grumpy and irritable, Kind of got pissy over the phone call Friday. It's just like, damn, just make the phone call. Save us a trip. Which it did, I was right. There's no order. And if we would have waited until Monday to find out, that would have meant I had to come back on Tuesday. And to come back on Wednesday. Just 3 trips in a row down there. Sucking up the gas, sucking up the hours. It's bad enough to go down there once a week when she gets off of work. Don't even really get done with her day until like 6 o'clock, and the day's shot, only to know, the next time hopefully we get scheduled early, but I think it's at 10 o'clock this coming week I'm scheduled, but at least it's a day off. But we got through it, and everything's fine, and we'll work on that. So I'm out of there, and I don't know, I'll put a video out, I don't know, maybe Wednesday, after my peritonitis and infusion, and hopefully a phlebotomy. I'll let you know. I'll probably try to put something out Wednesday, if not Thursday morning, and let you know how that all goes, and let you know how it goes Monday with the phone call. Till then, peace out, guys. Stay safe out there.